Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, today with another Pillar Talk. Uh, just talking about the economics of Navy Online. For some reason, this has just been on my mind lately, and partly because I kind of want to use it for my own little game idea as well. But I just keep thinking about it and just the way things are interconnected. So let's just talk about it today. At the start of the game, you'll have a ship with civilian equipment, including a civilian mining laser. And from that humble beginning, you'll be able to, you know, find asteroid fields and then spend your time on mining and receive the asteroids. You can store asteroids on your ship, but ultimately you want to go get them processed. Sometimes you may be in a difficult money situation, so you might just sell them on the market. Alternatively, you may not have the time for mining, but you have money. And there are people just selling the asteroids straight up. So you can buy them from the market and have them. Um, Mining takes time, and the it, there's not just the financial economy in Eve. There's the time economy. Being able to do things faster is just as important as being able to do things cheaper. But once you mine asteroids enough, it'll deplete them, and it will take time for new ones to take their place. If Eve ever followed the realistic fact that destroyed asteroids don't come back, uh, that would be a very brutal game. It would end very quickly because the asteroids would be gone, and the you know whatever resources get lost are lost permanently. But anyway, you'll have asteroids, and then you'll need to get to a facility, which will take time, and reprocess those asteroids into minerals. Something else you can reprocess is salvage, and that'll be featured in the combat section. Worth noting that the process is not 100% efficient. You will lose some of them in the process. There are skills to counteract that. Also, the money involved in paying the reprocessing center is taken out of the economy. So you'll have the minerals, you can sell them on the market because they are always in demand, because it will save people time if they have the money to buy them from the market for the next stage, which is manufacturing. It takes time to take things to the industrial center. It takes time to actually process the manufacturing. But if you've got the minerals, the blueprints, and possibly miscellaneous components, then you can manufacture. You lose the materials, it takes money out of the economy to use the facility, but you'll have products. What are the products? Primarily ships, modules, charges. Uh, Ships can be fitted with things, including modules. Some of those modules require charges, but some of those things you might not have an interest in using, but they sell for a good amount of money, so sell them on the market. Or you aren't really in the manufacturing business that much, so you end up buying them from the market for what you need. Next, which is fitting a ship and then preparing to fight. Fighting takes time, you gotta go places. It takes a while to destroy a ship. Well, the tougher the ship is, the longer it's going to take, unless you've got the damage output to deal with them and enough defense to survive. The costs involved replacing ammo. It runs out, you're going to have to get more. You want a strategic tip, keep extra ammo on your ship to reload. Repair costs. Your shield is always recharging. If you have no shield, you start taking damage to your armor and then to your structure. And if you survive, you get to pay the repair costs, which will take money out of the economy. If you run out of structure, your ship is destroyed. I've lost 2 ships, 2 other players. I almost lost a ship to freaking pirates. It sucks to lose your ship because getting a replacement is anywhere from a slight pain in the ass to near impossible. However, if you insured your ship, you're going to at least get some money back. Always insure the ships that you plan to take on dangerous missions. So that's money that will be lost, but if you're successful in fighting, you can get loot. Money can come into the economy from pirate bounties. Like, for example, I'm usually fighting the Angel Cartel, and after taking out some of their ships, it takes a while, but you will get paid for the bounties. If you built up enough bounties to be paid for, you may get taxed for it, but it takes a lot. There's also the bounty risk modifier that increases the amount. If you fit your ship for combat, it's also worth fitting your ship for salvaging. After you loot the ship, if it had anything on it, you can salvage the wreck. You can salvage a wreck even if you didn't destroy the ship. Sometimes people just leave their wrecks behind. It is a timely process to salvage. But once you've got your goods and your bounties from fighting, you can then apply that to either selling them for money, reprocessing the salvage or items for minerals that you might need. There are things that require salvage to build, primarily rigs. So there's that to consider. There's that way of getting money. Like there's some salvage that is worth quite a bit. There's some loot that's worth a lot. Omega only use heavy interdiction mountable warp scramblers, like 4 million ISK. It's like, hell yeah. But yeah, you'll be on the cycle of somewhere in that path of mining to reprocessing into manufacturing into using the items for yourself or selling them. Alright, other things that will come up include blueprints. So you need blueprints to make stuff. Facility costs for using the industrial center are taken out of the economy. You'll have the opportunity to either use them, which requires materials and time and money. If you're in a facility that can do research, you can research material efficiency or research time efficiency, which will take time, it'll take money. But if you're going to be into the industrial way of things for the long haul, you want to research the ever-loving crap out of your blueprints. Make them cheaper, make them faster, and it'll serve you well in the long run. Skill books. You can only ever buy them from stations or people that have ended up with skill books from mission rewards and don't need them. Buying them from the stations will take money out. Um, they may have requirements like other skills have to be at certain levels for you to use. Some of them require you to be in Omega state. But then the time to actually learn the skill will be determined by your attributes that apply to the skill book. Like some things require memory and intelligence, or they might use perception and willpower or charisma in something. Something that will help you out with skills are implants. They may be a mission reward. You might be able to buy them from your station's loyalty point store. They can increase your attributes, which will save you time. And saving time is a good thing to do in this game. There are contracts, which I haven't really messed with, but they're an opportunity to buy or sell things or take up deliveries outside the normal economy of the game, the NPC's economy. There are things that just don't sell on the market at all. I found a few like finger bones and data keys or something is weird. For those things, you're going to want to look into contracts. The minimum cost for the contract is for either buying or the reward is a 1 million ISK. There's other stuff involved in it too, but I definitely want to look into that going forward if I end up going down the Omega road. There are opportunities you want to be watching out for. There may be a lack of minerals, which would lead to higher prices for people looking to buy minerals or for the minerals that are left. So you might want to spend some time doing more mining and either selling the asteroids or reprocessing them and selling the minerals and get that monetary advantage there. Alternatively, there might be plenty of minerals, but not a whole lot of goods that are in demand that people are willing to pay for, that people really want. And you might look into taking up the specific blueprints for those items and applying the minerals to that and getting the big money through making things that people really want to buy. And then if there's a whole lot of combat equipment available, there's opportunities to maybe push for riskier combat. Joining a fleet is an option, and taking on the tougher fights, like the random as hell Blood Raiders that are stupid as powerful and show up out of nowhere. That's an option. More fighting means more wrecks, and more wrecks means more salvage. And that salvage can be applied to the things that require it, usually rigs and stuff. And then it can also lead to more aggression between corporations at war. So there's that. The big opportunity to watch out for above all else is lazy cheap sellers. There are people that'll buy stuff and then for a good price, but some people just don't want to go out of their way, and they'll try to sell off their own items for even cheaper. What you figure out is, one person's looking to pay for it, and then um, what the other person's willing to sell. And if the difference is at least um, more than the sales tax of like 8%, then it's worth considering. If it's a difference of, 15, 20, 25%, um, definitely go for it. Flip flyers is not an official EVE Online term. It's just something I thought up. Maybe some people like to go by that term. I don't know. But if you're buying cheap stuff and selling it at higher prices, for the higher price that other people are willing to pay for it elsewhere, then that's what you get to be, I guess. All right. Anything else I'm missing? Buy and sell orders. They're part of the heart of the economy. As much as you could try to buy and sell stuff immediately, sometimes you want to make use of time as a potential filter to actually get what you want to be paid for your items. Trying to sell things immediately, you might not get the best price. Trying to buy things immediately, you might be paying a little too much. So you put up a better buy order to buy at the best price but cheaper than what the most people are trying to sell for, or you sell at a cheaper price that people might be more willing to pay for. Money gets taken out through the economy, though, through brokers and taxes. Especially when you um, sell at any rate other than immediately. If you sell immediately, all you have to deal with are the taxes. It seems to be one of the recurring things I see people make a mistake on is that they don't set the timing on their sales to immediate. And it's clear when you look at the buyer is, let's say, 1,000, and the seller, there are a bunch of sellers that are 1,010 each. Yeah, always double check that stuff. Agent missions. Agent missions, by doing those, you can get money in to the economy. To you, which is the important thing. But it adds more money to the economy for potentially raising prices. If people see that there's a lot of people doing agent stuff. It also builds up loyalty points, which can be spent on advanced things, implants, boosters, other stuff. So it's worth looking into. There are specific skills that give you better payoff for doing certain kinds of agent missions. Certain agents, like security or distribution. Not listed here is AIR, the AIR Academy. They have certain milestones that if you reach, you can get money, potential equipment, potentially skill points. That's worth looking into as well. They also have the daily missions. Complete one for like 500k ISK before taxes. There are 4, and then you can potentially complete all 4 of them and get the reward each time. If you complete at least 2, it's another 10,000 skill points. And again, saving time is important in this game. There's also player corporations. I haven't really learned a whole lot about it yet, but from what I've seen, there's an option to assign projects and then pay out for the people in your corporation that are doing those projects. So if you go join a corporation and help them out and do the job that they assign you to, you might get paid out for that. There's another way of getting money. So that's pretty much it. There is one last thing, and that's Plex. Plex is buyable with real world money. You need it to go Omega. You can also sell it on the market for ISK. That way, someone who's otherwise not interested in putting actual money up on the game could theoretically, they could actually, buy Omega. The thing is, ISK is all, or Plex is going to be stupid ass expensive. One is like 5 million plus, and it takes 250 to have 1 month of Omega time. So you do that math, it's over $1 billion to even get to that point. And you don't want to leave yourself broke. So you want to have more than what you need, so the money you have left over can cover things you would normally not get as the Alpha Clone. But yeah, it's interesting to think about the way things just flow in the game in terms of goods and money and services. I'm always intrigued by business games because I like capitalism. It's just part of me. Yeah, if you have anything else to contribute that I might have missed out on, please let me know. Let me know what you think of the video, and I will see ya in Eve at the end of the week. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.